Hey everybody, Dalton Clark, real estate agent with Keller Williams, and today I am with Josh and we're at Bountiful Bicycle in Kaysville. Catch that, Bountiful Bicycle, Kaysville. Josh, thanks for jumping on with me.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to be here.
Great. Tell me about Bountiful Bicycle.
So, Bountiful Bicycle has been around the area in the Wasatch Front for about the past 60 years. Bountiful Bicycle originally started as a Schwinn dealership. The Stingrays with the middle shifter and the high handlebars with the banana seats. If you go down to our store in Bountiful, you'll see an entire vintage collection on display there. About late 90s, early 2000s, we stopped being a Schwinn dealer when they pulled out and started distributing their products through Walmart and other avenues. That's when we picked up the brand called Specialized, which has been a world-renowned brand for a long time. We really love their product. Their technology is always forefront in the business, and they carry pretty much every category of bike, whether you're an avid road cyclist, thrill-seeking mountain biker, or if you're just a leisure rider. Bountiful Bicycle is going to have something for you to ride.
I love it, and I did not know that. That's 60 years, that's a long time.
It is a very long time.
Very long time, and I grew up riding a Stingray.
Oh, sweet.
Straight out of the 70s. I believe it was my uncle's that got abandoned at the family cabin for 30 years, and so yeah, totally broke shins on that.
Well, if you still have it, it could be worth a lot today.
I'll call my folks.
All right.
Fantastic. So, you mentioned categories, and I want to get into that. In that, I bought my last bike in 2005, right?
Okay.
Seems like there's more categories than you can shake a stick at, right?
Big time.
Give me an idea. Just start listing categories of bikes.
So you got your basic two, your mountain, your road.
Okay.
Within the mountain, you have your cross country, super light, super fast, not very much travel, suspension, forks on the front that compress, not very much of that. It's going to climb up the hills fast, it's going to go down. There's down country, which is like that one.
Down country.
It's like cross country, but there's a little bit more play.
That sounds like a Letterkenny term.
Yeah.
I guess that's upcountry. D-Gens from upcountry, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I broke your train of thought. Continue.
No worries. So after cross country, down country, you have your all mountain.
Okay.
All mountain sounds exactly what it's like. It's going to go uphill really well. It's going to go downhill really well. Okay. It's just efficient and everything. Then there's your enduro bike. It's kind of a downhill specific, but it's not going to be horrible to pedal uphill. So a lot of travel, big forks, big rear suspension, 29-inch tires, sometimes the mullet style. You'll even see some 26s.
Okay, so enduro, downhill.
Enduro is what you get right before you get to downhill.
Okay, all right.
Downhill is what you get right before you get to rampage, that extreme downhill. That's where
rampage.
That's where you see the dual crown forks, which is where it kind of looks like a motorcycle fork.
Okay.
Where it's going all the way up by handlebars. It's 2-inch thick pipe looking thing on the fork.
Wow.
It's a big deal. So the full spectrum. And those 6 bike categories I just mentioned were just mountain.
Right.
So now there's road. Road, you have your race bike, your endurance bike, your hybrid bike. All are going to be very different from each other. Okay. But to the average viewer, they're all going to look exactly the same.
Okay.
It's subtleties and where certain pieces of the frame meet together, where certain leverages of the carbon frame are. Certain position of the body is going to determine what kind of bike you're on. Yeah.
Okay, and then we have, even still on the road, but less aggressive. Let's say like cruiser style.
Yeah.
Right?
So cruiser, beach cruisers, the often term, real high handlebars, soft seat, real upright position, just chilling.
Right.
You're not hunched over. You're not in a ready position. You're just riding a bike. They have some of those too.
That is absolutely madness. And then, of course, through all or most of those, we now have electronic components.
Yeah. So almost all of those has an electronic counterpart. Almost exactly, model for model, whether it's even electric road bikes.
That's amazing. Okay. You guys do service. Tell me about service.
So service, if you're thinking about getting your bike done, bring it in now rather than later. Service
April 5th, 2023. Bring it in now.
April 5th. You'll probably get it
just
back
stopped
April
snowing.
5th, 2024. So service side, we got a lot of mechanics here who have been doing their things for a long time. You know, a lot of them Specialized certified.
What's included in like a general tune-up?
So in your basic tune-up, you're going to get your shifting adjustment. That's your front and rear derailleur, if applicable. Some bikes nowadays only come with one or the other. More often, it's just the rear derailleur. So it's going to involve shifting, your brakes. We're going to go through every single bolt on that bike and make sure it's at the exact right torque spec for that brand of bike, for that exact bolt. We're going to go over your brakes, your tires. That's our basic tune-up. Starts at $80. You'll get kind of a basic clean, and then we'll make sure your bike's ready to go. If you jump up, our annual tune, we take off all the parts, put them in our ultrasonic cleaner, which is basically this cleaner that just shakes it really fast, gets all those dirt molecules out, and we true your wheels. Truing your wheel is we just retension every spoke to what it should be, and that brings your wheel straight instead of a little cockeyed and crooked.
That's awesome, because I think I have a wheel that is actually out of like I kind of.
You may have thought you hit it with your car.
Something.
No, it's just the spokes are a little untensioned.
Okay. Okay. All right. Sounds like I need an annual.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Perfect. Anything else in that service department that we want to talk about?
Service industry is changing in terms of what's coming on bikes nowadays. There's been a lot of technology advancements.
Yeah.
So it's becoming a lot like a car. I mean, in high school I had a 1972 Volkswagen Bug. It was like working on a lawnmower, you know.
Literally.
You
yeah.
tighten this, clean that.
Probably the same engine.
Easy to go. But you work on a car nowadays, you need an electrical engineering degree, a mechanical engineering degree,
hydraulics,
all that, just to figure out why your oil's leaking a little bit. Bikes are kind of entering that realm where it's not just cable tension. You got to plug it into a computer and get a software update. So
trust some. So it's good to know somebody who knows what they're doing.
Exactly.
Awesome. I want you to again. I have not bought a bike for nearly 20 years. I've been in a bike shop here somewhat recently, and I was looking around here.
Okay.
Looks like there's a lot of technology that would be kind of fun just to show off to people who maybe haven't looked at a bike in a decade.
Big time. There's some eye catchers that some brands have come out with. Let's go take a look.
Let's go take a look. Awesome. All right, so give me a tour.
All right, so this bike right here is the S-Works Specialized Stump Jumper. So this bike, where it falls in that lineup, like I mentioned earlier, this would be your all-mountain bike. This is going to go uphill, downhill, sideways, forwards, backwards. It's going to go anywhere you want to take it, pretty much. You want to take it up a mountain, just straight up. You want to take it to Deer Valley, go downhill, hit some jumps. It's going to do the job for you. As far as what this logo right here means, S-Works is the performance lineup of Specialized. It is the top echelon. It's the highest grade carbon fiber. Certain components are the highest grade. The highest grade, lightest brakes. Also very powerful. The highest grade, lightest shifting. Which, if you come closer, this is going to be one of the newest things in biking today. It's going to be this wireless transmission. You'll notice on here there's no cable running in through the bike. There's just this battery on the back here. So if I hit this remote, we're going to shift up and down. It's instantaneous.
Wow.
This results in less wear on the chain, because every single time this shifts, it's waiting a fraction of a second to move until it's at the optimal position to hit those teeth with the least amount of resistance. So that's called SRAM axis. AXS. SRAM axis.
It looks like there's less sprockets in the front than there used to be.
Yep. So most bikes are switching to a 1-gear system in the front, most often a 1x12. So 1 gear in the front, and then a super wide range of 12 gears in the back. Generally 10 teeth on the smallest cog, and up to 52 teeth on this biggest one. The bigger the tooth count, the easiest the uphill. So if you're looking at your bike and you notice your big one isn't very big, you could have a little bit of an easier time going up these hills. The shifter, or this derailleur, and this dropper post are the same exact brand. So you'll notice there's also not any cables going from this remote to this dropper post. It's just this battery on the back. So that allows the seat to go up and down at will. So when you're going uphill, you want the seat up. When you're going downhill, you'll want the seat down, out of the way, so you can really get your legs into the riding.
Wow. And then that is an electric bike.
This is not electric.
That's
bike.
not electric. Okay.
Yeah. Although it does boast the price of $11,000.
Well, carbon fiber is not cheap.
No, no, sir. Yeah. So all these bikes, I'm sure some of you are wondering, you go get a pretty nice motorcycle for that price. The difference between a motorcycle, which is probably about the same price, and this is a motorcycle. All the parts are machined. They're manufactured. While every single bike frame, if it's carbon fiber, it's laid together by hand. Every single, the carbon fiber comes in these big sheets. They dip them in epoxy, and then they mold them to be these frames. Every single piece of carbon fiber is directionally stressed. Carbon fiber on bikes specifically uses directional stress. So for instance, this top tube right here will bend certain directions and won't bend other directions. That's a very advanced technology that not only Specialized does, it's a kind of a industry-wide technology. For instance, these will bend going this way, they won't bend going this way. It's really interesting.
Amazing. Very cool.
Alrighty, so we just looked at the stump jumper. You take the stump jumper, you add a motor and a battery, you're going to get this bike right here. It's called the Levo. Everything you love about the stump jumper with a motor and a battery, it's going to weigh about 20 to 30 pounds more, but you're going to get about 6 hours of battery life. It's strictly pedal assist only, but this is just kind of your do everything, go anywhere kind of bike for your rider who loves to get out, doesn't have the time to build up the fitness to go on a 30-mile bike ride just on a whim. This bike is going to take you that 30-mile, and if you don't want to break a sweat, you're not going to break a sweat. What's nice is you can adjust how much it's assisting you. So if you do want to break a sweat, you want to get at least a little bit of a workout in, you can still do that, kind of work your way up. You'll notice on this bike it has 2 components on it, or 3 components on it with this gold coating. This gold coating is called Kashima. It's a Fox exclusive, so this brand I have on my t-shirt, Fox Shocks. They have a special partnership with Kashima coating. It's a super durable, super corrosion resistant, super scratch resistant. It's almost permanently lubricated for these moving parts on these stanchion tubes. You'll find that on the newest Kuat bike rack, which is rated to carry these e-bikes. It's rated up to 70 pounds per tray. It's called the Kuat Piston Pro X, and it's the bee's knees in the latest bike rack technology. So if you get a chance, feel free to come down, check out this Levo, check out that stump jumper, and feel free to check out a rack that can carry both of those bikes.
Josh, thanks for that tour. That was incredible. Bikes
Yeah.
they're not even the same beast, are they?
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Okay. Before we sign off, what is the last thing you want people to know about Bountiful Bicycle?
All right. So Bountiful Bicycle, we've known for over 60 years. There's freedom on a bike. Whether you do it every day, you're out on the weekends, you're a road biker, mountain biker. We got a bike that's going to fit your lifestyle, and whenever you need that bike serviced, we're going to take care of you. So whenever you're thinking about bicycles, think Bountiful Bicycles.
I love it. I love it. Thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, no problem.
I do appreciate it. And if any of you know somebody that needs to be on discoverlayton.com, reach out to me today.